What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see in front of you, we have the Super Saiyan full powered Broly from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So let's go to crack this guy open. I'm super excited to check him out. Let's see how he is. And nothing much. I'm just pretty hyped. Thank you so much to the good people over at ToyCo Collectibles. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They are probably one of the best, if not the best, online retail companies that I've had the pleasure doing business with. I have an affiliate link down below in the description if you are interested in, probably not this because it's probably sold out by now, but if you are interested in any future pre-orders, any future releases, go ahead and check out the link down below. I highly suggest doing pre-orders because this and the Gogeta Blue sold out quick, and I know people that missed out who are mad about it, but honestly, get your pre-orders in. You're not gonna regret it, trust me. So starting off with the accessories, I hope you guys can see that besides the fists that come on the figure itself, we have 4 different hands, 3 sets. It has 2 like open blasting hands and then 2 gripping hands. Probably put on the figure just so you can show you guys better, but I feel like they're really similar to the fact that I feel like they should have given us something different, but you know, that's neither here nor there. And then he comes with 2 more different face plates, one smiling and one yelling, which I think is dope. The detail on them are pretty amazing. I love his whited out eyes. I love the whited out eyes on this one and the original Broly, so that is a definite plus. Other than that, that's pretty much what he comes with. And here is Broly out of the packaging. Let's take a measurement real quick. Standing from his feet to the tip of his hair, it's probably roughly 9.5 inches. And then to the top of his head, where the skin is, it's roughly about 8 inches. So this guy is a very tall piece. He is a nice piece. Let me go and move them to the side real quick, and I'll just show you a height comparison. Here is the Gogeta Blue. I feel I can get him to stand. There you go. So there is Gogeta Blue from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So you can see he goes to about his diaphragm joint to like mid-stomach area. And then here is how he looks next to his OG non-canon counterpart. Let me see if I can zoom that in. Focus. There you go. So this is his non-canon counterpart of the OG Broly. This is the event exclusive color one from last year, 2018. And you can tell there's similarities to how he looks, but his overall costume design, while I have some similarities like the little robe that he wears, well, this is Ba's ear, but it still has like the same concept of something that he ties around his waist, and his big hulking shoulders, his big chest, and then like his overall like menacing figure, it's still there. So I'll move this off to the side, and then we'll get a closer look at him in a bit, and then let's go ahead and take a look at him close up. So looking at him close up, I love his hair. His hair is this like neon greenish yellow, not necessarily yellow, but it's like a very vibrant neon green color. I love the sculpt on his hair. I love the design. One thing that I don't like is how wide his hair goes. If you can see the Gogeta, you know how it goes straight up. A lot of characters usually go straight up, except for this Goku head, but that's just because his hair flares out to the side. But the Broly hair, like, it goes up and it goes down, but it's like wide. It's kind of like an afro type in width, if I were to compare it to anything. And I think it looks a little bit funny. It looks a little bit wide. It makes his face look small, but that's about it. It's like this nice metal, like shiny plastic, and the tips are soft too, so you don't have to worry too much about it poking you or hurting you. And then his body, like at least for the skin, it's this nice, like I don't know if you can call it flat, like a flat skin tone, because I don't know if you can tell from the Broly, from the Gogeta, and from a lot of other Dragon Ball figures that have exposed skin, it's kind of like a shinier finish. This one is a nice flat finish, and I personally like that a little bit better because it gives it a more skin-like tone as opposed to like a shiny fake tone. So if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, then, you know, please please hear me out for now. I love his scars. I love that it's deep and it's multi-dimensional. It's like you can tell from the arm, there's like 2 different layers, and then from the chest, it's like a lighter layer, and then from his arm over here, on the bicep area, and then I believe that's all the scars that he has on him. Oh, then it goes down to his stomach, like his ab area right there. So I like the colors on that. I love the colors on his wrist gauntlets. I love the fact that they're sculpted and it's not just like a flat wash paint. You can see how there's like ridges there, and then it's molded around, and it's not like a perfect circle. So I think that's kind of cool. So it gives it like a real lifelike feel to it. And then going down, you can see Ba's ear. Spoilers, this is for whoever hasn't watched the movie, which I don't know if you guys, why haven't you yet? It's an awesome movie. It is articulated in the back right here, and that's about all the articulation. It is a soft rubber, so it's not going to get in the way too much of articulation. It is going to get in the way some, like, you know, there's no way around that, but for articulation wise, it's pretty nice. I wish it could have been darker, or it had some shading, because it's pretty much plain, like without it. You know, you can see shade length from like the natural light, but it would have been nicer to give it a nice wash. And then moving down to his battle uniform for his pants, it is the purple that you see from the movie. And then there's not really much to say about that. He has nice joints going up and down. Kicking forward is kind of hindered. Double jointed knees. And then going down to his boots. This is the thing that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people say that, oh, his boots are bigger in the movie. I remember watching, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, no, I'm not going to say the person's names because I don't want to give them a bad name and I don't want to mistake it. But they're saying that his feet are supposed to be this big in the movie. I watched some clips and I've seen pictures, like promotional pictures of the movie, and his feet are not supposed to be this big. Yes, they're supposed to be bigger than a normal foot size, or like proportions, bigger than his normal body proportions, but his feet in figure form are definitely way bigger than what is advertised to be in the anime. So I went ahead and changed out his face to the snarling, evil, like grin face. I like this a lot. I like how his hair piece, the one that you plug out or you take out to plug in the face, it's nice and thick, so you know it's going to secure the face pretty well. And then here is his 2 interchangeable hands. It's the same for either side, so this one matches his left and this one matches his right when you do switch it to the respective hands. This is what I'm saying, how it is kind of similar. They're both open palm. Like, I guess you can say his right hand that's currently on him is kind of like a gripping hand, but to me it's a little bit more similar. I wish they could have given him maybe like a smaller hand, like a for real gripping hand that's like closer like that or something. So, you know, maybe he can hold something better, or like his, like the remote that controls him, like when he's wearing his collar. But that's neither here nor there. So let's run into articulation while just running through the figure right here real quick. It's very similar to the event exclusive Broly and then the OG Broly in terms of like the shoulders, because you know how the shoulders are really big, so it's going to be reflective of that. He has nice butterfly joint, double jointed elbows, bicep swivel, and then the differences within the Broly and this one is the old event exclusive Broly, the OG Broly, his wrist gauntlets are like super close to his wrist, so when you plug it out it's just a little ball joint. This one is a little ball joint too, but then it exposes his wrist a little bit, so you're able to give him a somewhat more range of motion, if that makes sense. His head can look down very well like that. It can't look up too much just because of his hair, but that's understandable. His traps right here are a little bit bigger than the other Broly zone, so it's gonna look like his neck is always like hunched down a little bit, but that's just the appearance of him, and that's not from manufacturers, so just be aware of that. I thought at first, like, why is his head like so slouched down? He has another diaphragm joint that's like the Gogeta Blue, which is very nice. He can go down and then he can lean back decently well. And then as you can see, his legs, they don't really go all too far out. And then back, yes, with the help of the articulated cape or ear, sorry. And then double jointed knees and then the toe hinge. So fairly standard. articulation for the Broly. Let's go to compare him real quick. So just going off of the appearance right here in the most static pose I can have him, I have him with his hand up like that just because I had that one already on, so I figured I'd just keep it like that. But he's static for the most part, standing straight up and down. You can see how this Broly's head is a lot smaller in terms of proportion size going down to the rest of his body, but that's because his neck is really small, and I just dropped him. There you go. As I was saying, so yeah, his neck is really small compared to this Broly, so it's not gonna look proportioned. But his chest is bigger, his boulder shoulders are way bigger, definitely bigger. This one, one con for this, it is a little top heavy. So sometimes when you pose him, like when you do posing with his shoulders, sometimes it just falls. Like it's definitely gonna work on camera just because it is camera, but. Yeah, like sometimes when I'm trying to pose him around and play with him, his shoulder does droop down a little bit. Nothing serious. I'm not saying that's a loose joint. I'm just saying I think just because of the sheer weight of his shoulders that it droops down just a tiny bit. You can definitely see more of his abs on this one. His legs is smaller on this, but I feel like this one is a little bit better just because of Ba's ear is longer and it droops down more. So it hinders articulation just a little bit. And all three sides on here are articulated, so you can get him in a little bit of a wider stance on this Broly. And then you can tell from this Broly, his feet are super tiny, so it is kind of hard to get him to stand in certain poses. This one obviously is bigger, so you definitely can get him in some very, very decent poses. Overall, though, I think I like these both for different reasons. One for more than the other, but if I were to pick one, which Broly would be the better Broly for me, it is going to be the OG Broly. And the reason why I'm picking the OG Broly is because, to me, yes, he's non-canon. Yes, I know he's non-canon and he doesn't fit into the story, and this new Broly definitely fits into the story. But did canon and non-canon issues bother you guys before? Like, did people really not get this figure, or did people really not like this character just because he wasn't canon? I highly doubt it. I love this character, like, ever since he first came up, except for Bio Broly. Bio Broly was stupid. Yes, I know. But this is the Broly I grew up on. This is the Broly that I first saw. I know there's a lot of newer Dragon Ball fans who may not be familiar with this Broly, or who are older Dragon Ball fans who are familiar with this Broly who like the new one, and that's perfectly fine. This is just my personal opinion. I think this Broly is the better Broly. The things I like about the new Broly is obviously the hair sculpt, his back, and then in terms of the show, like his backstory and just how he has like a calming nature. His backstory was stupid just because he's all pissed off because of Goku crying, but the destruction with him I feel like is a lot worse than the new Broly. And obviously, that might change because the new Broly is going to get, hopefully, a bigger role in the anime. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But for this Broly, this one is going to win it out for me. Let me know what you guys think. Who is the better Broly? Whether it's the OG Broly or whether it's the new Broly. I'm genuinely curious, and I want to know your reasons why. We don't have to have like a heated discussion like, oh, if you're like this, if you don't like this, you're stupid. I like to hear both sides of the story. So if you guys prefer one over the other, please let me know which one it is. So that's going to be it for my review, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. For the score for the new Super Broly, if I were to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10, just because his feet, honestly, I don't like his feet at all. It is too big. People, I can understand it being, slightly a little bit bigger, but I've seen pictures of the anime and I've seen clips and watched certain parts of the movie again. His feet aren't this big. It is bigger than normal feet, especially for his proportion size, but it is not as big as the figure's making it out to be. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. But that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys very much for all your support, for the recent wave of resurgence in my channel. Please, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys are new, please consider subscribing. Please hit that like button. It'll let me know that you guys like my content, and I can keep going through with this. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.